Hey guys, it's Vincent, and today is episode 5 of my art prompt series, and this week's prompt is the word shadow. So my first idea was basically a tiny little dog with a torch pointing at it and its shadow being much bigger and scarier than it is. And then there's a door with a guy standing in it and his shadow going into the room, which I thought was a bit too sinister. And then my last idea, which is the one that I went with, was shadow puppets. Basically, when I was a kid I had a book all about them and I think they're really cool, so that's what I went with. And I didn't do either of the shadow puppets that I did in my initial sketch. I looked more into different, more interesting ones, and I found this rabbit which I thought was really cute and I thought would fit with the shape that I wanted to do it in, because I wanted it to be like it was in the light of a torch, so it has that kind of streamline of the light, and I wanted the hands to be able to fit within that without being really obnoxious and in the way. I wanted it to all fit quite nicely, and this one, the shape was just perfect for it, so it's all cool. And as you can see, just lining away with a Unipin fine liner. For this I used a 0.8, 0.5, 0.2 and 0.1, I think. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, just really simple lining to begin with. I go back in later on and add more detail. And this is just watercolour to add the yellow of the torch. And I had the colour be much brighter on the edge, fading in to white, basically. I know a torch doesn't really look like this, but, well, the light of a torch doesn't really look like this, but that's how I wanted it to look, so that's how I made it look. And then the light around the hands, I made it completely solid yellow because I wanted to. I love these watercolours. I think they're absolutely amazing. I will have a video up on Monday of a review of that palette, which I did film before I filmed this video, but because I always upload these videos on Friday, this one will be going up before my Monday video. So the order doesn't really make sense, but whatever. And then I just put masking tape around the edge of the paper, so that when I added the black there would then be a border, and the shape that I'd already put there, the shape of the light, would actually cut out of the border, which I like. And this is just using the Pentel brush pen, just going in solid black, just all around it, nice and easy. And then taking off that masking tape, which strangely did take off some of the fine liner and a little bit of the watercolour, which it hasn't done in the past, so I thought that was strange, but maybe I just pushed it down too hard, I don't know, but you can hardly tell, it's fine. And then with that same watercolour palette again, just adding the black to the shadow, bunny shadow, hand bunny. I would have used the brush pen again for this, but I didn't want to. So, and with these watercolours you can get them really, really quite opaque, so it worked just the same. Although it has left quite a shiny, looking at it now, like when I move it in the light, it still looks like it's wet, but it's not wet, it's just very shiny looking. Unlike the ink, which does dry matte, so depends what you want. Such a cute little bunny. And that is all the painting for this one done, and this is just going around the outer lines that break out of the border and just making them a little bit thicker with this Faber-Castell brush pen. So the nib on this is really quite hard and much easier to control, unlike the Pentel brush pens, which the ink of those just kind of goes everywhere and it's really quite hard to control. As much as it definitely has more expression to it, sometimes I like to have a little bit more control over what I'm doing, so it's nice to have the option of both of them. I kept the hands on this completely white just so that I could put in the kind of detail that I usually do in my drawings, which is just black and white with dot work, which I did a fair amount of on this. Well, not really a fair amount, but I did it on it. I haven't really done dot work properly for quite a while, so I wanted to bring it back. I did have a lot of fun with this. I was a little bit nervous about the prompt of shadow when I first read it, but then as soon as I thought of doing shadow puppets, I just got really excited. There was something that I used to absolutely love as a kid, and I used to have a little book on them which had really beautiful illustrations inside of it. I have no idea where that book went. I wish I still had it, but I don't. But yeah, this was just like a real reminder, throwback to my childhood. And now just adding little extra details to the hands, just some more lines and more bits and bobs, and then lining around the whole shadow and hand area, just for that little extra bit of detail, which is unnecessary, but I like it. And there it is. I really hope you guys enjoyed this because I loved doing it, and if you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!